Good evening, Viking fans, and West. Welcome to Seaman Vikings 2020 Fall Homecoming. Tonight, we'll introduce our 2020 candidates to crown our 2020 Homecoming World League. We'd like to thank the candidates and candidates for helping make homecoming such a wonderful and valuable event. We'd also like to thank our city council members as well as our faculty and staff for all the hard work and making our homecoming successful. Now let's announce this year's World League candidates. Our first 20 candidate is Riley and Allen. Ladies and gentlemen, Riley Allen. Our third queen candidate is Jacqueline Phase 1. Jacqueline is and the two is that Jacqueline has been a member of the staff, Interact Club, and it's a reflection here in Varsity Theater. She is a four-star competition on the academic honor roll and is a theater All-American nominee. After graduation, Jacqueline is attending the Washburn AU with an unsighted neighbor. Ladies and gentlemen, Jacqueline Boyd. Our fourth queen candidate is Seaman Viking. World Soccer Captain, Vice President Interact Club, Seaman Exchange Program, Star, Olympic Clipper, SHS Service Project, Viking Crew Member, FBLA, and National Honor for National History Day. Casey has received gold honor roll, second at National History Day, 16th. Watch for League Honor Roll and FBLA state finals. After graduation, Casey is undecided on what college she is attending, but plans to major in sports medicine on a pre-med track. Ladies and gentlemen, Casey Tanner. Our 15th candidate is Cameron John Turner. After graduation, Cameron finished to attend KU to play volleyball and then he was always a journalism. Ladies and gentlemen, Cameron Turner. Our first team candidate is Reed Michael Cowan. Reed is a he has played football, basketball, and all three varsity runners and all three sports. Reed received two active of the youth in football and was all-star student. After graduation, Reed undecided on what college he was going to play football and served in Kansas. Ladies and gentlemen, Reed Cowan. Our second team candidate is Katie Joseph Fox. Katie was son of Katie the big wins third club. Katie Turner, the title of District State National Officer for FCCLA, 9th place State Complete, 4th place at 2019 FCCLA National Leadership Conference, 2nd place at the 1-2 Essay Contest, ranking 2 regional fund, and back to the Olympics of the year, year. After graduation, Katie demonstrated on how to extend the clinical study biochemistry on a pre-dental path. Ladies and gentlemen, Katie Fox. Our third candidate is Hunter Ian Snyder. Hunter is the son of the Snyder. As a student of SHS, Hunter has been a member of the Cheer Club, Kitty Club, Sharp, football, and wrestling. After graduation, Hunter plans to take Washington National Football. Ladies and gentlemen, Hunter Snyder. Our final candidate is Nathan Reed Gatterson. Nathan is from the Church and Grand Gatterson. As a student of SHS, Nathan is played excellent football. After graduation, Nathan plans to take Washington Tech. Ladies and gentlemen, Nathan Gatterson. Superhero Doctor. Dan Martinez is the son of Lewis and Lisa Martinez. Here's a first grader, South Blue Language Elementary, Johnny and George playing Minecraft with his brother, sister, and cousins. Unique career, snuggling with mom, and riding bikes with dad. When he grows up, he wants to be a DJ, play different kinds of music, and make people happy. With that is our returning royalty. 2019 homecoming king, Eric Reader Patterson, and 2020 homecoming king, Isabel Ryan. Going back. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the moment that you've been waiting for 2020 senior high school homecoming king is Seaman Viking. Please join me in giving them another round of applause.
Checking. Check, Mike. If they run a hurry up, or like a no huddle, then just as soon as they get lined up, go ahead and start. Just no huddle. There is audio. Don't be for bad enough to go through this. You can bad enough to a frags all you want. Otherwise, start and stop between every play. I am like right underneath you. If you need help, I'll do it, okay? Thanks. Who's that you gonna make?
Ladies and gentlemen, I am pleased to announce that our showflower will be performing tonight's national anthem. So everyone please sing. As our showflower, through the distance in front of the home bleachers, will sing our national anthem under the direction of Mr. Randall Bond. Topeka West has won the toss. They are relatively depleted. So tap, there we go. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to homecoming at Seaman High School and Seaman Stadium. Tonight's contest matches the Chargers of Topeka West High School versus your Seaman High School.
Hello and good evening to all of you. Welcome to Seaman Viking Television here on YouTube as we have a Centennial League matchup between the Topeka West Chargers and the Seaman Vikings. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I'm Lane Gillespie. The Vikings come into this game 2-1. Last week they went on the road against Junction City. They lost 34-27. Meanwhile, for Topeka West, this is their first game of the season. The Topeka Public Schools District decided to delay their season for a few weeks, and recently they came to a decision to resume play for their fall sports. And here, Topeka West will start it off with their season.
This competition is being conducted according to the rules of the Kansas State High School Activities Association.
The one thing to note, the Vikings are wearing blue uniforms. That is the main color of their uniforms tonight. Looks like a bit of maybe a throwback or maybe something to come in the future. The font with the numbers at least looks kind of throwback. And for those of you who could not make the game today, probably call yourselves a little thankful. It is a warm one here at Seaman High School. The temperature in the mid to upper 80s with a bit of wind going to the north. They're saying at about 10 miles per hour. That's why the ball fell over as we're trying to get ready for the opening kickoff. Kick it off for the Vikings will be number 31, Ike Pringle. It is a booming kick, and it goes out the back of the end zone for a touchback. Started off. Topeka West Chargers, they won the toss, but they elected to receive. Interesting enough. So they'll have the ball first down and 10 at the 20 after the touchback. Quarterback looks like the font, or at least the number says number 1, which is not on the roster in front of me. But the quarterback will throw to the left side, and it is caught on the very first pass of the ball game. It looks like a gain of 4. Keontae Parker with the reception. Yeah, like I said, I have a roster of both teams here, and on Topeka West roster there is no number 1, but number 1 is in a quarterback. So I apologize to tell you, but I don't have a name in front of me. The public address announcer is just to my left, and he was trying to get a name for the quarterback, so I'll kind of go off of him to see what the quarterback's name was. It might be just a number change and somebody on the roster. Peyton Murray looks like he will show some pressure, and he does. A QB keeper, Murray couldn't quite get him down, but a couple of Vikings are going to go right after him, and he's brought down in the backfield. That was Caden Heinrich with the tackle. That is Malachi Berg, who's the quarterback. He's listed as number 3 on the roster, but like I said, he's wearing number 1 on his uniform. So it is the 6'2" sophomore quarterback, Malachi Berg. On defense, he also plays as a defensive back. So it's 3rd down and 8 for the Chargers on their opening drive. Like I said, it is a bit of a warm one here, and it looks like the Vikings will show pressure, but hopefully by the end of the game it will cool off just a bit. It looks like temperatures near the end of the game will be the mid-70s, and the wind will hopefully die down as well. Pressure coming for Berg, and he's brought down in the backfield. That was number 66, Ewan Mills. And that will bring up 4th and long for the Chargers on their opening possession. I gotta tell you, these uniforms that the Vikings are wearing, you guys can be the judge of how you think of these uniforms. Personally, I love them, but like I said, I can't tell if this is something new or if these are throwbacks. The font, like I said, on the numbers kind of look like a throwback. Back to return for the Vikings. Fourth down and 16, play clock at 2, some motion up front, but it looks like there was nothing called. A very short kick that was touched by Topeka West at around the 30. Are they going to mark it where he first touched it? Probably. Yep, they do. That's the Topeka West 31. Ball is down at the Topeka West 31-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 from there for the Vikings. So the Vikings will start it off under quarterback Reed Cowan, and Cowan did overall, he did pretty decent last week, but he did throw 3 interceptions, so let's see what he does different this week. All 4 touchdowns by the Vikings were all from running back Nathan Zephyrjohn. He's definitely been the guy to look for all day. On the outside, the first run by the Vikings is a 2-yard gain. It's Kason Stahlbaumer off of the pitch from Reed Cowan, and it's, well, they call it a gain of 1. On second down, it is a throw to the left side caught by Murray. He tried to juke out a defender, but only gains 2 off the pass, maybe 3. And on their first set of downs, the Vikings will have a 3rd down to work with.
Third down.
Reed Cowan in an empty back, and of course he'll look to throw. He has Stahlbaumer deep to the end zone. Touchdown!
Touchdown, Seaman Viking.
Reed Cowan to Kason Stahlbaumer on their 3rd play from scrimmage. Goes 27 yards for the touchdown. And the Vikings hop on the scoreboard quick. Ike Pringle to kick the extra point to put the Vikings up 7-0. And it is good. 7-0 Vikings to start it off. And what a fast start for the Vikings. It only took 3 plays to put 7 on the scoreboard. And already for the 2nd time, the Vikings will kick it off, as they kicked off the opening kick to Topeka West. Back deep to return is Mikhail Glenn. I think that's either Rajuan Spicer or Tyrell Reed. No direction to the Tyrell Reed that played at Kansas a few years ago for their basketball team. Kick is away, a low kick. It will be returned. That is Reed. He's looking to find some blockers. There was a lane up the gut, but it closed quickly as he goes across the 25 to the 26. The Vikings helmet comes off. And the Topeka West Chargers will start off their 2nd possession of the ball game at the 27-yard line. Pardon me, that is the 28. Malachi Berg with 3 backs. Tyrell Reed is the running back all the way in the back, and he will take the handoff as he tried to reverse field. Evades a defender, but he goes backwards. Pardon me, that was not Tyrell Reed, that was Javion Lee. And they are going to mark a maybe 3.5 yard loss on the play. It is officially a loss of 4 yards. Looks like Topeka West is still waiting on a play. There's plenty of time on the play clock. It's at 15 at the moment. As they now get set. Play clock at 5 in the pistol formation. Berg will hand it off to a fullback, but he won't go that far. Only a gain of a yard at best, but it looks like it might be no gain. It'll be 3rd down and long for the Chargers. Yep, they officially called no gain on the play. As here they get set in the backfield for the Chargers is Xavier Alexander. But Berg will throw. Firing short on the left side. It is intercepted and a pick 6 for the Vikings. Kaysen Stahlbomber with 2 touchdowns, 1 on each side of the ball. He got the receiving touchdown earlier, and now the pick 6. The extra point by Ike Pringle. It looked good, and it sure was. 14-0 Vikings here in the early going.
Return by Kaysen Stahlbomber, good for 28 yards and a touchdown.
Just a bit over 6 minutes into the ball game, and the Vikings strike twice as they're up 14-0 here in the early going. Last year, the Vikings defeated Topeka West 45-20.
Number 2, Michael Glenn, and number 8, Tyrell Reed.
Another kick is underway, and this one won't be returnable. Goes into the end zone, which in high school is an automatic touchback if it reaches the end zone.
Kickoff into the end zone results in a 1st and 10 Chargers at their own 20-yard line.
Quarterback Malachi Berg and the Chargers come back out on offense. I think it'd be interesting at least to try to get some momentum going to maybe get a couple deep shots. However, the wind is blowing right towards them. It will be a fake handoff. There is a guy deep, but there's pressure, and he's brought down in the backfield. There was one-on-one on the right side. It looked like Julian Marins was going deep. No, pardon me, that was Travion Alexander. But Caden Heidenrich did a good job staying with him, so there wouldn't be a deep throw. And that led to a sack for this Viking defense, which I believe is the second or the third of the game so far. We have a whistle. What's going on here? Now, looks like Caden Ireland needed to strap on his helmet a little bit better. And he might have to come out of the game so he can strap on his helmet per Kansas State High School Activities Association ruling. All the straps have to be strapped onto the helmet or else it is an equipment violation. Yeah, it looks like he's having Oh no, he has a headband on and he's not supposed to have it on. But for this play, Aiden Poulter comes in to fill in his spot, as I'm pretty sure Ireland's only going to be out for this play. We resume play with 10 on the play clock as they're still hanging on a play. As they finally get set, 5 on the play clock. 3, 2, 1, 0. And do we get a flag or a timeout? Well, we got a flag. Yep, there was no timeout, so it is a delay of game on Topeka West. Or was the play clock supposed to reset? Because it didn't. Nope, they do call the delay of game.
Delay of game, Topeka West.
So that turns into 2nd down and 22. So I couldn't tell if Berg knew what the play clock was, and I don't know if something happens like that, that if the play clock needed to reset. I couldn't quite tell if it did. I thought it didn't, but it may have. This time they got plenty of time. Berg will take the snap and hand it off. He finds a lane up the gut, past the line, and it's a decent gain, but it will still be 3rd down and long. It was number 32, Xavier Alexander. Xavier or Xavier, one or the other. I apologize for any mispronunciations. I don't have a pronunciation guide in front of me. 3rd down and 14. Alexander's in the backfield behind Berg. We have a whistle, and we have offsides on the defense. So now it'll bring up a manageable 3rd down and 9.
Defense has a penalty on the Vikings of 5 yards. Brings up 3rd down and 9.
Same formation. Berg will look to throw, pressure coming, and he's going to fire a deep ball, but it is overthrown, with the intended receiver being Julian Marins, and a late flag comes out. And it may have been some chatter. That's on Nathan Zephyrdon, I think. Still waiting on the head official to get the call. You know it's on the defense. Well, ooh. Either it's on the offense or it offsets.
We have holding. Single company, to result in the 1st sack.
No, it's a holding on the defense. Man, that flag was late for a holding. I thought it was probably a personal foul for how late the flag came out, because the flag came out about 3 or 4 seconds after the play. Either way, 1st down and 10 for the Chargers by way of penalty. And Zephyrdon, I believe it was on Zephyrdon. Whoever it was, they didn't really need to hold, as that pass was overthrown by about 5 yards. Although it is possible that that held him back. Well, it's 1st down and 10 for the Chargers with 3.5 minutes to go here in the 1st. Pressure comes immediately. Wrapped up in the backfield is Tyrell Reed. That was Peyton Murray off the edge.
Murray on the stop behind the line. Carried by number 8, Tyrell Reed. Come on, Reed!
Loss of 2, 2nd and 12.
Loss of a couple brings up 2nd down and 12.
Play clock at 10 as the Chargers get set. Pressure's going to come off the fake handoff. He's going to look deep. Across the middle, has a man, but it is broken up. And what a play from the defender, Caden Ireland. I don't know if you've ever heard the term closing speed on a play that went for 0 yards, but that sure was it, as that brings up a 3rd down and long. Well, now wait a second. Because the down markers, it said 4th, so the Chargers started to bring out their punting team, but then he quickly changed it to 3rd. So that just confused everybody, and I'm sure the officials are going to allow substitutions because of that, because that confused everybody, even everybody up here in this press box. Because the scoreboard said 3rd down, but the down marker on the sideline, which is behind the scoreboard on your screen, said 4th down for a second. But either way, it's a 3rd down and long, 3rd and 12 to be exact. Berg will look to throw. He had a great pass last time. This time he fires it short, and the pass is caught, brought down just a couple yards short of the line to gain, because that was Mikhail Glenn with the reception off of Berg, but it brings up 4th down and short, and it is a 4th down and 2, and the offense is staying on the field. And I don't blame, well, there's a couple of late substitutions. I don't know if it's punt team or if it's just a couple of receivers. But for the time being, the offense is staying on the field, and I don't blame them. It's 4th down and short. You're down 14. Why not? Just go for it. Had a couple of great plays. Pressure's going to come, and that's going to be a false start. I believe there was motion on the O-line as the D-line was trying to come up, which looked like it was going to be a hard count. But if the defender crossed the line of scrimmage before the lineman moved, then that is on the defense. But all that matters is, did the defender cross the line first, which is what the officials are discussing. If he did, it's 1st down. If not, it's 4th and 7. And they're going to call false start, which brings it 4th down and 7. And will the offense stay on the field now?
Offensive penalty on the Chargers, backs it up 5 yards. Brings up 4th down and 7.
Well, it looks like the punting unit's coming out for Topeka West. And Peyton Murray will run all the way back to return. The punter is Gavin Chavez. Caden Meredith, is also in as a late sub, but he's not back deep to return. Now he does go back deep to return. Kick a little bit deeper than last time, but it sailed left. It gets a bit of a friendly bounce and then just stops at the 45. With 1:36 to go in the first quarter, the Vikings with a favorable lead are looking to extend it. This light is quickly fading here at Seaman High School. Reed Cowan will hand it off. Zephyr John breaking through the line, trying to break through the second level, gets a really decent gain.
Zephyr John the carry for 7 yards. Number 10 on the tackle, Jackson Birdwhistle Bush for the Chargers. 2nd and 3.
That will bring up 2nd down and Very short, fumbled the snap. Oh, who's got the football? I think Topeka West pounced on it. Man, it looked like the Vikings were going to get it for a second. It is Chargers' ball. Man, what a mistake that the Vikings make at midfield. They get the ball back in really good field position.
Fumble on the play by the Vikings, recovered by number 50, Jonathan Sanders of Topeka West.
Man, I thought Cowan was going to pounce right back on it, but Sanders broke through like it was nothing and got there before Cowan could. On first down, it will be a handoff up the middle. Had a bit of a pause, and we'll try to push forward in the pile. A gain of 4, I think is either 3 or 4. There are 2 officials that are saying something completely different. They say about 4 as they mark the ball down at the Viking 45. Play clock just started. There's a 3-second differential between the play clock and the game clock. The game clock is 3 seconds lower than the play clock. So we'll see if the Chargers run a play or if they'll just take this to the end of the quarter. So really, even though I mentioned the play clock doesn't really matter, as the game clock's going to end sooner, and it looks like they're just going to take this to the second quarter. The Vikings had a strong start, but the past offensive possession worked really well for Topeka West as they got a turnover, and they will try to strike for the first time tonight as we get the second quarter started in just a moment. To start off this second quarter, the Chargers will have it 2nd down and 6 at the Vikings 45. Berg will look to throw. He's going to roll right, had an open receiver who bobbled it a little bit but came down with it. It'll just be a short gain. Does it look like it was Travion Alexander with the reception, and it is a 3rd and about 3 yards.
First down and 3.
Third down and 3 at the Viking 42-yard line as the Chargers still wait on a play. Kind of a slow tempo team, which could be a bit of a downfall with the way that the score is now. It will just be a handoff, but he will be brought down at around the line of scrimmage, maybe a gain of 1, maybe 1.5. Xavier Alexander was the ball carrier, and it brings up a 4th down and short. They're going to say 4th and a yard. 4th and about 1.5, actually. The offense is staying on the field, and like I said last time, why not? Sure, the last time it went for a penalty, but this time we will just see. on 4th down and 1 as we have an official timeout. As something going on with Xavier Alexander. He has to go to the sideline. Dontre Jones-Washington will come in for him as a running back. But all the way in the backfield is Javion Lee. They have a tight end on the left side. That's Mikael Glenn. He's a receiver, but he's lined up as a tight end. Looking to throw, pressure coming across the middle, batted away, incomplete. It'll be a turnover on downs, and the Vikings will retain possession. Last time they turned the ball over on the second play of the drive. We'll see if they'll try to extend their lead on this possession.
Turnover on downs results in 1st and 10 Vikings at their own 40-yard line.
On 1st down and 10, it will be a pitch out to Stahlbomber. He'll try to get the edge, but he'll stop and try to push forward, and he looked like maybe a loss of 1 or maybe no gain. We'll see what the call is. Say a loss of about half a yard, I think. Let's bring up 2nd and 11.
2nd down and 10.
This time, Cowan will line up in a shotgun. The man in the backfield is Nathan Zephyrjohn. I think he only has 1 carry today. He'll look to throw. He's going to look deep, but he just fires across the middle, and diving forward is Kason Stahlbomber. He may be just a half a yard short of the 1st down. I can't tell. They might measure. I say measure. They are going to measure. It is very, very close to the 1st down marker. It's either 3rd and inches or a 1st down, as the officials take their defense away, put the Chargers defense away. As I can't see from our angle, we couldn't tell if it is a 1st down. We'll see what the officials say. Man, the officials don't know either. It is very, very close. They did not put up a signal. 3rd down. 3rd down in just inches. Honestly, you could just say it's 3rd down in probably 2 inches. Cowan will look to throw, has a man open. It's Stahlbomber on the right side, and is brought down inside the 40, around the 35, and they'll mark him at the 36. And it is a 1st down for the Seaman Vikings.
14-yard gain on the play. Puts it at 1st and 10 at the Topeka West Charger 36-yard line.
1st down and 10, Vikings at the T-West 36. 2 players in the backfield, that's Zephyrjohn and Murray. It is a low pitch to Murray, who bobbled it, but retained possession, going down the sideline and pushed out inside the 25. They're going to say his foot stepped out at the 27, which is 2nd down and 1.
Pushed out of bounds by number 9, Javion Lee, for the Chargers. 9-yard gain on the play brings up 2nd down and 1.
Only 1 man in the backfield, that is Zephyrjohn, but looked for a pitch to either Stahlbomber or Murray. It is Stahlbomber in motion, but Cowan's going to look to throw. He has a man wide open down the field, caught, 5, end zone, touchdown, Vikings. Braden Colley with another receiving touchdown on the season. It is 20-0 Vikings halfway through this 2nd quarter. Ike Pringle is in. Try to make it 21-0. The hold was bobbled a bit, but he got it down, and the kick is through. It is 21-0 Vikings with 8:26 to go in the first half.
With a good hold from number 9, Camden Barr. Touchdown drive, 5 plays, 60 yards, resulting in a 28-yard touchdown pass from Reedy Cowan to Brady Colley.
Cowan's second passing touchdown of the game. Looking at the scoreboard, okay, they just changed it to 21-0. I thought for a second, I was thinking Ike Pringle made the extra point, but they did now change it 21-0 on the scoreboard. Yeah, I was confused for a couple seconds. See if this one will go for a touchback, but the ball falls down, so they'll have to re-tee. There have been 3 kickoffs so far, only one of them was returned by Tyrell Reed. This time the ball is kicked, but it is returnable as it is bounced. Will it go out? No, he decided to return it and his foot stepped out. If he would have waited another second, that could have gone out of bounds, which would have been a penalty. But instead, he returned it and stepped out of bounds. So it will be 1st and 10 at the 17. First down will be a shotgun set, and it will be a handoff on the outside. And he looks like he won't go far. The ball carrier was Jackson Birdwhistle Bush. Call it a gain of 2. So we just had a pretty good breeze come in here at Seaman High School. I thought the wind was supposed to die down, but it looks like it's picking up. Hopefully it doesn't pick up anymore. Skies are clear, if you're wondering. So there's no inclement weather incoming. In fact, it's supposed to be really sunny tomorrow. Believe this for the end of September, 95 degrees. But then it's supposed to go down to about the 60s or 70s on Sunday. But hey, it's Kansas weather. It makes absolutely 0 sense. On second down, it is a pass across the middle. He's met immediately, but a good catch by Julian Marins. And it will be a 3rd down and 1.
Tackle by number 3, Peyton Murray. 3rd down and 1.
Third down and short, but they're going to go in a shotgun here with under 7 minutes to go in the first half. 6 on the play clock. Berg takes a snap. It was a high snap. It'll be handed off. He tries to dive forward. He may have got the first down. There's Javion Lee, who's the ball carrier. Will they give him the first? Oh, they're going to say 4th. Nope, they're going to measure again. Oh, now they changed it as a 1st down. They didn't even have to measure. They just changed it to a 1st down and 10. First down and 10. 6:22 to go as the clock now runs again. In the shotgun formation, Berg waits, and he will look to throw. Good blocking, and it is caught across the 35 and past the 1st down marker by about a yard, a gain of 11. I think that was Travion Alexander. Yes, it was, and it is another 1st down for the Chargers.
At their own 38-yard line.
First down and 10 at the 38. Looking to throw, pressure coming, but a good block in the backfield. That's going to be a hold as a deep pass is overthrown. There was a flag in the backfield, but it's going to be a holding on Tyrell Reed. And Peyton Murray was talking to an official about a potential holding on a previous play. He didn't get it. This time he got it. I will take it back. It might be 10 yards from the spot, which would be longer than a 1st down and 20 because it was near the quarterback, which was about 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage. We'll see if it's, holdings are usually 10 yards from the spot. The flag is at the 31. And they will set the ball down at the 21. That is a 1st down and 17. 27, pardon me. First down and 27. As even though I'm a college student, I'm a Seaman Viking alum, but I'm a college student right now at the University of Kansas. I still need to work on my math. And I'm a numbers guy too. It will be a handoff on 1st and long, and he'll get wrapped up. A gain of about 4. Man, how about the speed from Javion Lee? Just bursted through the line like it was nothing. Although it was only a gain of 4. Javion Lee has some wheels. I'll look to that in the future. Second down and 23. It looked like maybe some confusion on the defense. It will be a pass. It will be just off of a slant on the left side, but good defense from the Vikings as that was Caden Ireland. He had that great defensive play earlier back in the 1st quarter. He broke that pass up, and that will bring up 3rd down and 23. So we'll see if there are 1 or 2 options. Either do a run, make it a bit closer so you can get the punt off, or try to go for it all. Of course, they're down by 3 scores. Play clock at 15 as they get set up. And they will try to go for it all, but some pressure is coming. He'll roll out of it, and he looks like he's going to run with it. Peyton Murray meets him up in the backfield for another sack from the Vikings defense. The 5'6" Peyton Murray going against the 6'2" Malachi Berg. It'll be 4th down and long as a whistle and a timeout call by the Vikings. It's only their 1st of the half. As we reach only 4 minutes to go in this first half. This is the fourth game of the season for the Vikings. After this game, they've reached the halfway point of the season. This is only the first game for the Chargers, as like I said before the kickoff, the 501 Topeka Public Schools School District, which is Topeka High, Topeka West, and Highland Park, delayed their season for, I believe it was 4 weeks. But I believe it was a week ago, they came together and decided to give the go-ahead on fall sports. Meanwhile, the Vikings have pretty much had their fall sports go on this entire fall. Of course, with limited attendance, with fans here trying to practice social distancing and trying to wear a mask at all times. Is Caden Meredith and Peyton Murray back deep to return off of the punt. It is a high punt, and it will be, oh, may have been bobbled. Was it tipped? Well, it is recovered by Topeka West, but did Seaman tip it? I don't know. What do the officials say? Well, they're going to come together. Did Caden Meredith touch it? If he touched it, it's Topeka West football. If not, it's Vikings football. Topeka West ball. There was no signal earlier, at least one that I didn't see, so they just kind of let it pass. And they're going to say Topeka West recovered the fumble. Their second fumble recovery of the ball game gives them really good field position at the Vikings 31. And this is the possession to make the most of it to try to get back in this ball game. They're down by 3 scores as we're nearing the end of the first half. It will be a handoff, a really decent gain, a gain of about 5. And if you're wondering what the running clock rules are, if we get there, I'm not saying we will get there, but if we get there, if the Vikings decide, or not really decide, if they, really bounce back and score a lot, the rule is up by 45 points in the second half. And again, I'm not saying it'll get to that, but the way the Vikings scored quickly in the first quarter, it could have. But they've only had 1 touchdown in the second quarter. Pressure comes immediately, but the pass is caught. It is a first down, and he gets a few more inside the 15. And for the first time today, the Chargers are in the red zone.
First down, Chargers at the Vikings 14-yard line.
First down and 10 at the Viking 14-yard line, a pistol formation. Berg will throw. Has a man left. Oh, he caught it. How did he catch that? It looked like Ireland had really good defense on him, but it was caught by Mikhail Glenn. Man, what a catch. I'll call it a gain of 5. They are now inside the 10. Yard to gain is the 4-yard line for a new set of downs. They're only 9 yards away from their first score of the ball game. Topeka West bench is trying to get fired up right now. In the backfield is Tyrell Reed. He'll get the ball. He had a lane on the right side, but it quickly closed up, and he's brought down. A flag is down. Is that going to be a late hit? Nathan Zephyrjohn was there for the tackle in the backfield, but the whistle was blown before he threw it down. I'm going to be shocked if this is going to go for a late hit. He was already wrapped up as the whistle was blowing. Technical term would be unnecessary roughness. It's not technically a late hit, but generally speaking, it would be. They're going to discuss this. The forward progress, if they decide to just take away this flag, the forward progress would have marked him right at the line of scrimmage, so it would have been no gain. But these officials are still discussing whether or not there's going to be a penalty on this play. The official on the far sideline next to the down marker was the one that threw the flag. Almost half the distance, which is the 5, but it's 3rd and short. It's 3rd and inches.
Brings up 3rd down and short. It's 3rd down.
I'd look for a run here. And it will be looking to get the edge off the left side, wrapped up in the backfield, but he gets out of it, reverses field, and he'll just go down even further in the backfield, and forward progress marked him at the 9. It is a loss on the play, and it is 4th down. And a timeout will be called, I think. A whistle is blown. There's some discussion. The Vikings call timeout with 1:24 to go. It's their 2nd timeout of the half. I'm shocked at the penalty for 2 reasons that happened on that last play. Pardon me, the play before. I was kind of shocked that it was called in the first. I can't say I'm too surprised because technically it's not wrong, but I'm surprised that it was called anyway. The second surprise is that it was 3rd down because I thought certain penalties was an automatic 1st down, but that looks like it was just, you know, spot foul type of thing, which was half the distance and brought them to the 5. And you know, the Vikings really got a break because of it. Now the offense is on the field for the 4th down and 5 inside the 10, which if they get it, it's a 1st down or maybe a touchdown. But if they don't get it, then the Vikings have the ball deep in their own territory. That is, if they decide to run some plays. They get ball to start off the 2nd half. They look to throw, pressure coming. He's going to fire it to the end zone, incomplete, flag down, and it looks like it's going to be on the secondary. And that ball looked like it was uncatchable. A couple of questionable calls in the recent going by the officials, and Caden Heiderich is saying that's not a flag. He's trying to plead his case, although he should be careful, and that will put the ball at the 2-yard line and a 1st down.
Defensive penalty on the Vikings brings up an automatic 1st down for the Chargers. Just 1st and goal to go at about the 3-yard line.
The school rules put the ball at the 2 on a foul that occurs in the end zone. And it will be an I formation, and it will be a handoff going towards the edge. He has some Vikings coming right towards him. Hit hard behind the 5. Man, what a hit.
Michael Glenn on the carry, tackled by Caden Ireland.
Man, Ireland, have a game, young fella. We have a flag down at the goal line. It's not on the hit, because it's on the goal line. It's not on the hit. Which means it's probably a holding. especially since it was at the goal line. Well, the flag's at the goal line, so it may have been directed towards the line of scrimmage, so it could be on the offense. It's definitely not on the hit, or at least shouldn't be. Because an official that far from the play shouldn't dictate what happened in that play. And I think they're going to call it on the offense. Well, we're still waiting. It's a hit on the head on the offense. I didn't see the play. I didn't see what happened. But it's a helmet-to-helmet hit on the offense, which it's going to be first and goal, but that moves them way further back. It's 15 from the spot, and that puts them at the 22. What a huge mistake. And we have under a minute to go here in the first half. So they got to do something quick. They have all 3 of their timeouts, should they decide to use them, which if they don't really go far in these next couple of possessions, then they probably should. It will be a deep pass towards the end zone. One-on-one, pass is deflected and caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Chargers. And they finally score as we reach the end of the first half. It was Travion Alexander with the reception. Two key penalties against the Vikings. Which caused Topeka West to move down the field, and even that fumble could have something to do with it. It'll be Gavin Chavez in to kick the extra point to try to make it 21-7. There was motion up front. A flag is down. It's going to be on the defense. It's going to be on the Vikings. There was some motion, but that was a bobbled snap. So another break for the Chargers. It's half the distance, and are they going to go for a kick, or are they going to try to go for 2? 21-8 wouldn't be the worst thing in the world, but it doesn't really change too much. Well, the offense is on the field to try to go for 2. They're only 1 yard away. It'll be a pass, but there's really nobody. He somehow evades a couple of defenders, but he's not going to go that much further, and that will end that 2-point conversion as they go nowhere, and the score remains 21-6. But that just made things a little bit more difficult for the Chargers.
With 34 seconds left in the half, Seaman Viking 21.
34 seconds to go in this second quarter. By the way, the band decided to do something different for this game. Usually the entire band was just past the north end zone, which if you're looking on our angle is on the left. But the percussion is behind the south end zone, which is on the right. So now the band is on both sides of the field. And hey, why not? Just bring all that noise to the center. It at least makes for good production quality, I'll tell you that much. It feels a lot better than just all the sound coming from one side, you know? Well, the Chargers are going to kick it off for the first time tonight, and it will be the regular kicker, Gavin Chavez. He's also a backup quarterback. It is a bit of a short kick, but it is returned by Zahn at the 30, the 35. He finds a lane, is grabbed from behind, still going across the 50 with 28 seconds to go. And you know, they have a chance to score again after that good field position. They only have one timeout with 28 seconds to go in the first half. But realistically, you could go for a couple of deep shots and then try a field goal. Ike Pringle has the leg to hit it long. I think he can hit it from 50. The school record was 47, which was back in 2016. Cowman's going to fire it deep on the left side. Has Stallbummer wide open. It's caught down the sideline. One man to beat. He's out of bounds inside the 5. First down and goal. 20 seconds to go. He was out of bounds, so the clock, I believe, stops because we're at under 2 minutes. Because sometimes if it's a first down and he goes out of bounds, the clock will start up again. But we're at under 2 minutes. I mean, we're at 20 seconds. Probably try to go for a couple of end zone shots. If they can't get it, then probably go for the field goal. 4 on the play clock as Cowan takes a snap. Rolling right, he's going to fire it. Deflected and almost caught off the dive. That was P.J. Vargas who almost got it, but it's incomplete, and it'll bring up second down and goal.
Second down and goal to go from the 3.
Only 6 seconds came off the clock on that play. So they could potentially go for a couple more shots to the end zone. On the right side, wide open receiver. It's caught and a touchdown for the Vikings. Reed Cowan to Jordan Zahn. A 3-play drive that started out with great field position on Topeka West side, and the Vikings answer quick. It only took them about 20 seconds. It'll be Ike Pringle to kick the extra point. The holder is Camden Barta. As the kick is on the way, and it is good. 28-6 Vikings.
Seaman Viking 28, Topeka West Chargers 6.
.11 seconds to go in the first half. The Vikings will kick it off to the Chargers. And if I'm Mike Pringle, I just kick it for a touchback, which then the Chargers would have to take a knee and then just end the half. The Vikings, like I said, they start off with the ball in the second half because Topeka West won the toss but elected to receive, which usually football teams, if they win the toss, they usually like to kick so they get the ball to start off in the second half, but Chargers elected to receive. Tyrell Reed and Michael Glenn. Michael, Mikhail, one or the other. Once again, I apologize for any mispronunciations. It's spelled M-I-K-A-E-L. So it could be one or the other. Pringle kicks it deep, and it will be returned by Glenn as he pauses, now waits for a couple of blockers. He's trying to get the edge, but is brought down by his ankles by Caden Heidenrich. Pardon me, is that Aiden? That's Aiden Poulter. Only 5 seconds to go in the second quarter.
At their own 16-yard line.
Looks like the Chargers will probably run a play, but they'll just hand it off. Ball is out, and it is recovered by the Vikings. Kobe Jordan going to the end zone! How about that to end your first half? A scoop and score. Kobe Jordan going to the house. Man, what a play. This extra point would make it 35-6, but 14 points scored in the last around 30 seconds. And this to close off the first half. And the kick is good, and the first half comes to a close on a strong note. 35-6, our halftime score here at Seaman High School. And what an incredible first half it was. I'll be back in about 18 minutes, but until then, it looks like the band will have a performance here at halftime and possibly the Vikettes, so we will help you enjoy those festivities here at the half. Halftime score, the Vikings lead it 35-6.
And now, for your halftime entertainment, please welcome the SHS Vikette dance team performing their hip-hop competition routine.
Take a cut, and we'll wait for you. Ladies and gentlemen, due to the pandemic, we're not able to have the whole band here tonight. We cut the band in half and then cut it in half again. So one side is a quarter, the other side is a quarter. They're going to combine tonight and perform a halftime show for you. Tonight's group to understand the teachers, after the marching band, along with the auxiliary dancers, performing the first three songs of this year's show, being extended weekend. Ladies from Lucky by Star, Ellie Noble, Leah Ford, and introducing head drum major and team candidate, Katie Fox. Villagers, get your band ready. Ladies and gentlemen, after the ride in North Topeka, your Seaman High School marching band. The show opens with Saturday in the Park by Chicago. Continues with Sunday Night Football, featuring the song NFL on Fox.
feet with the lifted. Our protective director, here to the racetrack of Fleetwood Max Monday morning. And here is our skill fight called Acres Away. Seaman Viking. And of course, our project dance team. Once again, a shout out to our Seaman High School cheerleaders. And as always, our very loyal and consistently showing up every Friday evening, our student section, radio students.
Some other scores at halftime. Washburn Rural 10, Junction City 7. Manhattan 28, Topeka High, nothing. Hayden 34, Topeka Fields Kimball High School 0. Emporia 16, Topeka Highland Park 8. Marion Thompson 20, Bishop Ward nothing in the first quarter. That's the last score we have on that. Number 14, Tommy High nothing at the half. Silver Lake 62, Oskaloosa 0. Seaman High School would also like to thank the sport medicine physicians and athletic trainers, Cotton O'Neill Orthopedics and Sports Medicine for providing excellent medical coverage at many of our events. On the sidelines for tonight's game are Dr. Hayden Avila and athletic trainer Mike Longhofer. Thank you for giving our student athletes the absolute best of medical attention throughout the year. And here come your Seaman Viking.
Welcome back in here to Seaman High School, where the Vikings lead against the Topeka West Chargers 35-6. Second half action is just about to get underway. The Vikings had a great first half offensively. First, they had a pass touchdown to start off their night from Reed Cowan to Kaysen Stahlbomber. And then for their second score to make it 14-0, it was a Kaysen Stahlbomber pick six. And then directly after, it was another pass for a touchdown to Braden Colley, which made it 21-0 Vikings. Then Topeka West struck, and they struck late in the first half off of a pass from Malachi Berg to Travion Alexander for their first points. They could not hit the 2-point conversion. Then just like that, in about 20 seconds, the Vikings struck with a 3-play, 48-yard touchdown drive off of a pass from Reed Cowan to Jordan Zahn with only just about about 10 seconds left. And then as time expired, the scoop and score from Kobe Jordan. And that brings our score 35-6 as we start off this second half. Once again, we would like to thank you all so much for tuning in here to Seaman Viking Television here on YouTube. I'm your announcer, Lane Gillespie. Also, quick shout out, Ethan Guzman, who's the other man in this production. He's upstairs running the cameras. And man, he's done a great job so far. Kicking it off for the Chargers will be Gavin Chavez. And he'll kick it high and he'll kick it short. It'll be returned at about the 26. It will be Zahn returning it for the second time tonight. Splitting through, has some good field position and got down. Well, wait a second, did the ball come out late? Because the Chargers are saying they have it. Did it come out late? Or are they saying that Zahn was down by contact? Because Shakori Holt came out with the ball. It is first down to Topeka West off of a fumble recovery late on the return. Ja'Cory Holt with the fumble recovery makes it first down and 10 Chargers at their own 49. So basically they get ball to start both halves. A quick pass on the left side, but he threw it behind the receiver and it is incomplete. Intended receiver was Jackson Birdwhistle Bush. Second down and 10, same spot, their own 49. And boy, if the Chargers would score here, that could bring them back. They're down by 4 scores. Bit of a botch handoff, but it is handed off nonetheless. He paused for a second. Man, still pushing forward. He got the first. Dontre Jones-Washington, the ball carrier. A push from his O-line gives him a gain of 12 and another set of downs for the Chargers. First down yardage on the carry results in first and 10. The one critique I would have about Topeka West, tempo. They got to speed it up because they're down by a lot here early on in this second half. They want to get back into this because usually they just let the play clock run all the way down. And this time they snap it at 19, so it looks like they're doing a better job of that. He's going to fire it deep across the middle, but it is overthrown and incomplete. Travion Alexander, the intended receiver, he has the lone receiving touchdown for the Chargers. And that will bring up second down. Second down and 10. This time tempo doesn't really matter because the clock is not running, so they can go on to this as much as they want to. I mean, the play clock is at 30 and they just got set. 3 receivers on a high snap. That is bobbled, but Berg gets it. Some pressure coming, and I think he's going to look to run, and he does, and he steps out of bounds all the way back at the Viking 49. That is where they started off their possession, in a 3rd and long off of the botched snap. That is a loss of 12. So 3rd down and 22. Berg will just fire short, but he threw it a little too short, and it is incomplete with Julian Mares, the intended receiver. And just like that, it's 4th down and long, and the punt unit will come out for the Chargers.
Brings up 4th down and 22.
This will be, I believe, the 4th punt of the game for Gavin Chavez. And back deep to return as usual, number 3, Peyton Murray, number 28, Caden Meredith. We're only about a minute into this 3rd quarter. There was some pressure, and it was almost blocked, and the Vikings will have to get away from that ball as it is finally picked up at their own 35. It's only a 16-yard punt, and that's where the Vikings will start it off. Zephyr John is in the backfield on this play in the I formation. He will get the handoff, but is met up immediately by Martin Gray and is brought down in the backfield by, I would count, 8 Chargers. And they will call it a loss of 3 on the play.
Martin Gray. About 3 yards on the play. 2nd down and 13.
That brings up a 2nd and long on their first offensive possession of the half. This time it will be a fake handoff. He'll fire deep, has a man open. Defender fell down, but he'll go out of bounds. And he's out at the 49, PJ Vargas. We have a Charger down on the field. And he's holding his knee. And we hope it's nothing serious. Javion Lee walking off the field, the fact that he's walking it off made it look better than it originally looked. It was a non-contact injury, which are usually the worst kind. he was holding his knee immediately. So I mean, my first impression was I thought it was something serious, and I am super thankful that it is not anything serious. He is walking it off, so hopefully, at best, it's a cramp. First down and 10 for the Vikes. Off of the reception from Reed Cowan to PJ Vargas. And this time, Kason Stahlbomber will only gain a half a yard on the rush. Malachi Berg, the starting quarterback. He was there on the tackle. Like I said earlier, he's usually in a defensive back. It is a handoff on second down to Zephyr John, only a gain of 1. And that will bring up a 3rd and long. And it will be 3rd down and 8.
Number 75, Robbie Malcolm on the tackle.
Well, they actually gave him an extra yard, I think, at least from what the down marker says. So it might be 3rd down and 7. A whistle and some sort of equipment problem on the secondary. Jordan Marcus, he almost ran to the wrong sideline. It looks like maybe something to do with a mouthpiece. Maybe an issue. It may have torn off of his helmet. You know, a lot of amateur football leagues and maybe even high school usually have mouthpieces that attach to a helmet. It will be a pass, but pressure's coming. He's going to have to look out, and he's brought down in the backfield. Martin Gray again. And it will be 4th down, and the Vikings, for the first time tonight, will be forced to punt. Pressure came in off the right side. There were 2 Chargers that came in. It will be Nathan Zephyr-John to punt, and back deep to return for the Chargers is Tyrell Reed. 10 on the play clock on a 4th and 19. Zephyr-John gets the punt away. It's a deep punt that looks like it's going to trail out of bounds. He has to pick it up as the Vikings pounce on it just in case the Chargers touch it first, but it looks like Reed did not touch it. So the Chargers will start off at their own, looks like the 15-yard line. He definitely thought about recovering it on such a weird angle, but could not quite get it. Only 4 minutes through this 3rd quarter. Already, this is probably the 3rd change of possession as the handoff goes nowhere. Tried to go up the gut, but it looks like no gain.
All right, Squad on the tackle for the Vikings for no gain on the play. 2nd down and 10.
In the pistol set. It will be a pass on 2nd down. Going to be a short pass, but caught across the middle, and he's going to have to be forced down across the 30 for a move of the chains. That was Mikhail Glenn. Once again, either Mikhail or Michael. You know, since the public address announcer is saying Michael, I'm going to go with Michael from now on. First down and 10. Defender jumped, which may be a penalty on him. It is, but you know, usually if he gets across and then gets back before the ball is snapped, you know, 9 times out of 10, at least in college and the NFL, that's not usually called. Usually if it's some sort of obstruction of either the offensive line or while the ball is snapped, usually it's called, but this time it was. First down and 5, and it will be a pass across the middle, overthrown, incomplete. Intended receiver was Trevion Alexander. Bring up second down and 5 for the Chargers. The play clock never okay, now the play clock reset. It reset kind of late. Will be a handoff on second down. Breaking through the line, getting through the second level, getting past a defender, going down the sideline. Tyrell Reed, one man to beat, and he is gone. Touchdown, Chargers. Tyrell Reed on the 63-yard rush. And the Chargers answer. The offense is staying on the field to try to make this 35-14 on the 2-point conversion. Earlier on their first touchdown, they originally planned on going for an extra point, but an offsides put them half the distance to the goal, which is only about maybe yard and a half away. But instead, they decided to go for 2, and it ended up in a sack. 10 on the play clock, and this offense has to hurry to try to go for 2. It'll be a handoff to Reed, who just got the touchdown, and he is in the end zone for 2. Give all 8 points to Tyrell Reed, and it is 35-14 Vikings. And even though the Chargers are down big, there is still some life in them. With how fast that possession went, it could be quick for them to get 3 scores. We'll see how the Vikings will answer.
Parker, third drive, still playing 85 yards, capped off by a 63-yard touchdown run by number 8, Tyrell Reed.
Last time that the Vikings received a kick was to open off the half, and in the end there was a fumble that was recovered, and I have no idea what's going on, but Topeka West called a timeout. It's a kickoff. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if there's some issues going on their sideline, but one official said timeout called by Topeka West, and that is exactly what they will rule it on the scoreboard, as you can see on the top right of your screen. They used a timeout on a kickoff. That's one of the most surreal things I've ever seen in football. I'm 20 years old. I've seen football all my life. I don't think I've ever seen anybody call a timeout on a kickoff unless they're trying to do an onside kick. I didn't even think of that. They could be trying to do an onside kick to perhaps try to get back in this. There's a weird formation going on. Now they get back to normal. If it is an onside kick, it has to travel at least 10 yards for them to recover. But if the receiving team touches it before it goes 10 yards, then it's fair game for both teams. For the time being, it looks like just a normal kickoff. It is just a normal kickoff, and Zahn will let it go out of bounds, which is a penalty. An illegal kick out of bounds will start the Vikings either the 35 or the 40. I forget what the rule is in high school. I believe it's the 35. It is the 35. It was on the far sideline, so we'll start on the far hash. Well, the official never made the call, but we all can assume. And now they move it to the center of the field. So maybe there's no rule to whatever sideline it goes out on that it goes to that hash. It starts in the center of the field. No matter what, Vikings retain possession. First down and 10. Zephyrjohn breaking through and gets the first down on a gain of 12, maybe 13. And what a burst of speed Zephyrjohn had, the homecoming candidate, and it is a first down.
Results in the Vikings first down.
First down, it will be a QB keeper off the fake handoff. There goes Reed Cowan down the sideline. One man to beat, and he is gone. Touchdown, Reed Cowan going 53 yards for 6, and the Vikings answer. (41-14) our score. The Vikings lead on just a 2-play drive that went 65 yards. And Ike Pringle in to kick the extra point to make it a 28-point game. That's 4 touchdowns if you're doing the math at home. The kick is good. 42-14 Vikings.
Seaman Viking 42, Topeka West Chargers 14.
Big play after big play after big play for the Vikings on both sides of the field. I gotta say, they could be good playoff contenders in this near future. Like I said, after today, they'll be at the halfway point of their season. They're currently 2-1. Won their first game here at home against Washburn Rural, which was originally supposed to be Highland Park, but they were part of the Topeka Public Schools District, who postponed their season, or at least delayed it for 4 weeks. So they had to change their schedule to Washburn Rural. They beat them soundly, and then the next week, they won on a close matchup against the Hayden Wildcats.
Scoring drive, 2 plays, 65 yards, capped off with a 53-yard touchdown run by Reed Cowan.
By the way, the Vikings next week will be here at home against another powerful squad, a 6A squad in Manhattan High School. That will be here at home, and we will broadcast that for you live. That will be next Friday, October 2nd. Ike Pringle will kick it off, and it will be a deep kick that goes out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Chargers will start off at their own 20. I believe that is the 4th touchback by Ike Pringle on kickoffs. The Chargers scored on their last possession off a 63-yard run by Tyrell Reed. We'll see how this possession goes, see if they can try to answer. A whistle, an official timeout. What's going on here? It's another equipment malfunction or violation of some sort, as something had to be torn off of a receiver's helmet. We'll try things again. There'll be a snap or pass on first down that was short and incomplete. It was a forward pass. And it will bring up second down. I know both teams are wearing, different uniforms than they usually do, but I don't know what's going on with all these whistles being blown about their uniforms. I don't know if they're breaking some sort of rule. It'll be a handoff to Tyrell Reed, trying to go outside, but is brought down. A gain of 1 at most. Forward progress will actually mark him right at the line of scrimmage, and it will be 3rd down and 10. It is 3rd down and 10 for the Chargers. Once again, what I assume will be a pass. Yes, it will. He'll look to throw deep on the left side. He has a man open. And it is short and incomplete. The intended receiver was Javion Lee, and it'll bring up 4th down and 10. He was open for a second, but Malachi Berg just short-armed it by about 2 or 3 yards. And that will bring out the punting unit again. Gavin Chavez waits for the snap to punt it off. And it is probably his deepest punt of the night as it goes out of bounds. We'll see where they mark it. Officials mark it right at the Charger 47. 48, going backwards, 49. It will be midfield, right at the 50. So that's where the Vikings will start off. 1st down and 10. Cowan will hand it off. It is Peyton Murray, who somehow finds a seam on the right side, and he's down the sideline with 1 man to beat. Grabbed by around his nameplate. There was no flag on the play, but he's brought down in the red zone to about the 17-yard line. And a couple of Vikings are pleading for a flag, saying that should have been a horse collar, but nothing was thrown.
33 yards on the carry, good enough for a Viking 1st down.
What a huge run, a 33-yard rush right out of the gate. Nathan Zephyrjohn in the backfield. He will be a fake handoff. Cowan trying to break through, and he gets another rushing touchdown. 2-play, 50-yard drive on a couple of big rushes from Peyton Murray and Reed Cowan. Put 6 more on the scoreboard for the Vikings. Second rushing touchdown of the game for Reed Cowan, as the extra point is good. 49-14 Vikings. A now 35-point game. So on the game, it is 2 rushing touchdowns for Cowan and 3 passing touchdowns. All 5 offensive touchdowns are credited to Reed Cowan, and of course a couple of defensive touchdowns, which give the Vikings 49 points right now. We're not even to the 4th quarter, and already Reed Cowan is the player of the game again. he is the star and the backbone of this team. 6'3" senior. We've had 3 touchdowns combined by both teams in this quarter. Just about 7 minutes into this quarter. 2 of them from the Vikings, 1 of them by the Chargers. Both returners for the Chargers are back at the 5, and this one, will it be returnable? No, as it goes into the end zone for another touchback by the kicker, Ike Pringle. .507 go in the third quarter. Malachi Berg still in at quarterback for the Chargers. On first down, it will be a handoff trying to go up the gut, but he goes about nowhere. I think they're going to call it no gain off of the forward progress. The ball carrier was Xavier Alexander. And yep, they officially call no gain. Second down and 10 for the Chargers. On second down, it is a slant pass that is caught, and he's trying to push forward, gets a decent gain. Forward progress is going to give him a gain of 9, and it'll be a third down and short. I believe the receiver on that play was Michael Glenn. And it will be third down and 1 at their own 29-yard line for the Chargers. Pressure's definitely going to come from this Vikings defense. They have 6 in the box. And 6 will rush. It will be a run off the outside edge. He gets the first down and a few more. It is Xavier Alexander once again on a gain of 5 and a first down. Well, they call it a gain of 6. He's at the 35. Berg looking to throw on first down. He's going to air it out long, but it's going to be overthrown. Almost intercepted by Peyton Murray. It is incomplete. We have a flag down in the backfield, and we'll check it out and see what it is. All indication points to on the offense. It is a hold, which I think is 10 yards from the spot. The flag was at the 31, which could put them back 14 yards. It puts them back about 15, and a first down and 25 at their own 20, where they started off this possession. Berg will look to throw as he's going to air it out long on the left side. He had a man, but he overthrew him. The intended receiver was Javion Lee. I'll bring up second down and long. It was certainly a good idea. He had him, just a little bit off. And of course, I'm not going to give him any flack. He's a young quarterback, so he is definitely going to improve and improve. I say in a year or two, Topeka West is going to be something special. They have a very young team, and those young players are doing a terrific job. But as they gain experience, they will certainly get better, and so will these Chargers. On second down, that will be a loss on the play. Xavier Alexander was the ball carrier. It'll bring up a third and long. on a pistol formation here on 3rd down. It will be a fake handoff and a pass. He's breaking through a lane, and he's just going to run with it. He's looking to get the outside edge, and does down the sideline. Hit hard out of bounds at around the 27-yard line, maybe the 28 for a 4th down and long. And the punting unit once again will come out for the Chargers. It's going to be interesting to see because the Vikings are up by 5 touchdowns. Will they keep Reed Cowan in the ball game or possibly sit him out to avoid injury? He's on the sideline. His helmet is off. Well, now he just put his helmet back on. So it'll be interesting. A late sub by the Chargers. 12 on the play clock on this punt formation. Punt is away. It is a high punt and lands out of bounds at around the Charger 45-yard line.
Out of bounds at the Charger 45-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10. Vikings.
And I can't tell if, and that's going to be the day for Reed Cowan. He is not on the field. It is backup quarterback number 9, Camden Barta, and I think that's the right play. They're up by 5 touchdowns, and you don't want to have any injury. Camden Barta, he has a good arm too, so next year he could be really good. A handoff up the gut. Kobe Jordan, who had a scoop and score to end off the first half, gets a decent gain of about 7. Say 2nd and about 2.5 for the Vikings. Barta will hand it off. Cutting through, cutting left, has the edge on the left sideline. Tried to stiff arm a man and is brought down inside the 20. A flag is down, which might be a face mask. That is Caden Ireland on the rush. They're going to say illegal use of hands to the face, but who's it going to be on, the offense or the defense? Because it can also be an offensive penalty if he grabbed the face mask. If he didn't grab the face mask, that is fine. Oh, pardon me, it's an illegal block in the back on the offense. The hands to the face and the block in the back motion are the same, but it's 10 yards from the spot, which is a 1st down at the Charger 30.
At the 30-yard line.
Still a careless penalty, but doesn't hurt him too much as it is, it is a new set of downs. It's time to hand off to Kyle Adams. He had a lane through the line and has brought down an 8-yard gain for Adams.
Good enough for an 8-yard gain. Deontay Parker, number 7, for the Chargers on the stop. About 7 after all.
They call it a gain of 7, so it's 2nd down and 3. Probably keep running. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Hand off Adams again, but he is wrapped up and brought down in the backfield. Number 2, tackling number 2, that is Michael Glenn, and it is a 3rd down and 6, a loss of 3 on the play. Game clock is a second lower than the play clock, so it is possible that the Vikings could just run out the rest of this game clock to put it to the 4th quarter. The play clock's at 20. Of course, the game clock now at 17. It looks like they might just run one more play to close off the 3rd quarter. Hand off to Kobe Jordan on the outside edge. He cuts through, and I think he got the first. He stuffed it around that area. Forward progress will will stop the clock, and it is a first down. Great rush by Kobe Jordan on the right side, and once they spot the ball, the clock will run, and it does, and that will do it for the third quarter. An explosive third quarter at that. The Vikings strike twice, the Chargers strike once. It is a 49-14 ball game as the Vikings lead going into quarter number 4. Three quarters down, 1 to go. The Vikings lead it by 35 with a score of 49-14 against the Topeka West Chargers. Camden Barta still in at quarterback for the Vikings. First down at the 20. Will be a handoff, only got a couple of yards. I believe that was, and it was, Kobe Jordan once again. Call it a, about no gain actually. Maybe one at most, as they're spotted at the 19, and it is second down. Handoff, this time it is Poulter down the left side. He gets a decent gain, a gain of about 8.
Number 8, Aiden Poulter on the carry. Number 52, Martin.
That'll bring up third down, a third down and short. They officially call it a gain of 7. Vikings might waste some clock here. The play clock's at 30. We'll see if they do. But of course, the second string is getting some reps in, which could be helpful in the future. This will be a handoff up the gut. Kobe Jordan is going to be stuffed short of the line to gain by about a couple of yards. So that'll bring up a fourth down. And Ike Pringle is coming onto the field, which means the Vikings will try to get a field goal going here on fourth down to make it 52-14. Like I said earlier, Pringle certainly has the leg. From where he spotted the tee, it would be only a 27-yard field goal. Yeah, it will be a 27-yarder for the kicker, Ike Pringle. He'll just be right up the middle. The holder is the quarterback, Camden Barta. Kick on the way, almost blocked. And it is good. 3 points on the board for the Vikings as Ike Pringle puts 3 fingers up to symbolize the field goal that he just made, and it is 52-14. The Vikings lead. It's a really decent drive driven down the field by backup quarterback Camden Barta. That ends in 3. Just under 10 minutes to go here in the ballgame. Ike Pringle to kick it off once again. He's had his fair share of touchbacks on kickoffs today. He sets and waits as the wind has really died down here at Seaman High School. This kick looks like it's returnable, and it will be at the 5, and it will be a handoff going to the outside. He is wrapped up, brought down at the 20. So that's where the Chargers will start it off. As we have an injured Charger on the field. Tyrell Reed having to get help to come off the field. Now he is walking off the field. He's had a tremendous game today. Chargers started off on the right hash at their own 21-yard line on first down. Malachi Berg still the quarterback in this ball game. On first down, Berg will look to throw. It's on both sides and overthrows his man incomplete. The intended receiver was Trevion Alexander. Handoff on second down, going off the right edge and getting brought down after a gain of 4 was Jackson Birdwhistle Bush. And that'll bring up third down and 6 for the Chargers.
Number 10, Jackson Birdwhistle Bush on the carry. Back by number 65, Payson. Third down and 6.
Berg will look to throw on third down. He's going to fire it deep across the middle, and it was picked off. Well, he dropped it after, but it looked like he was already down and had control, and it is an interception by Sean Hoffmans at the 43-yard line. A short pass where Hoffmans had to slide to go down and get it, and he did. And they're going to mark him at the 44, and that's where the Vikings will start off their possession. Now, if the Vikings score a touchdown and get the extra point, so if they get 7 points, then for the rest of this ball game, we will have a running clock. Like I said earlier, the rule is up by 45 in the second half, which the only time the clock would stop would be for a timeout. Handoff, Adams cutting through, spins away, pushing forward, and a gain of about 5 or 6.
Number 3, Kyle Adams.
Kyle Adams with a great rush to start off this possession for the Vikings, and it'll bring up 2nd down and 5. Kobe Jordan and Caden Ireland in the backfield behind Camden Barta. About 8 in the box for the Chargers, but a handoff, and Ireland cutting left somehow breaks through the line, is brought down about a half a yard short of the first, so it will be 3rd down and short. Mark him at the 34.5, just around the 35, and it is a 3rd down and short, maybe about less than 1 yard.
Brings up 3rd down and short for the Vikings.
Third down, less than a yard for the Vikes, with under 6:45 to go in the ball game. Handoff, Kobe Jordan, the fullback. He juked to the left. What a move, and gets a great gain of about 8 on the play. Kobe Jordan with a great run. It is a 1st down for the Vikes inside the 30. And they do mark him down at the 26.
Results in a Viking 1st down. 1st and 10 Vikes at the Chargers 26-yard line.
I don't think Camden Barter's thrown the ball once on these last 2 possessions. It's just been all running plays for the Vikings, and it's paid dividends. They've done a great job on the ground, as they've done all season long. Under 6 minutes to go in the 4th quarter, and another handoff. This time Kobe Jordan finding an edge on the left side, gets brought down from behind, a gain of about 9, maybe 9.5, and a late flag comes down on the near side, and we'll see what the call is.
Tackle by number 9, Javion Lee, for Topeka West.
It might be on the defense. Officials are saying let the clock run, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see. Well, they're letting the clock run now because the official said let the clock run. There's an unsportsmanlike conduct on the Chargers, and that brings up half the distance to the goal. I don't know why. The official said let the clock run on a penalty. Are we now on a running clock? I have no idea, because never got the, we never got the word that we are at a running clock, but the officials kept saying run the clock, even though there was a penalty. I mean, I read by Kansas State High Schools Activities Association that it was 45 points. I wonder if there's a rule for the 4th quarter, at least under 6 minutes in the 4th quarter, maybe. They're up by 42 points. After the penalty, it is 1st down and goal for the Vikings at the Charger 8. Barta will hand it off. It will be Kyle Adams breaking through, brought down just about a half a yard short. Maybe about a yard, maybe 2. It is 2 yards short of the goal line. And it will be 2nd down and goal at around the 2.
Tackle by number 52, Martin Gray.
We reach under 4 minutes to go when we have an injured Charger on the field in the end zone.
Tomorrow is the annual Seaman Viking volleyball tournament right here at Seaman High School, all day Saturday. Come on out and support the Lady Vikes. They're on their way to another outstanding volleyball season.
Another Charger walking off the field. Looks like Martin Gray, who's had a really good day defensively today. Second down and goal at the 2. 3:50 to go in the ball game. The game clock has now started running. Play clock hasn't even started yet. As the Vikings are getting towards the ball now, the play clock has started. Barto's looking to the sideline. He may just run the clock. The play clock's at 30. He's just standing there. It looks like he will just run the clock for a bit. As he now gets set down, he'll take the snap, hand off. Kyle Adams pushing, end zone, touchdown Vikings. Kyle Adams with the rushing touchdown. (58-14) Vikings. Ike Prinkle to kick his 8th extra point of the game. We have a whistle, a flag. The kick was good, but the flag was on the defense. The whistle was blown before the play, so it looks like he'll have to re-kick. Yeah, they're gonna have him. Looked like the official was confused on that. You can't really decline it if the whistle was blown before the play happened. It is a dead ball penalty. There we go. It was a dead ball penalty, which means there's no play. Once again, Ike Pringle. It's his 9th kick, if you're not including kickoffs. His 8th extra point of the ball game, and he's been perfect on all of them. Kick on the way, and good. 59-14. Vikings lead with 3 minutes to go.
We ask you to please help out on custodial fees this season by throwing away your trash and your receptacles as you depart the stadium tonight. And please, while departing, remember to wear your masks and socially distance. Please refrain from congregating at the exits. As always, we thank you for helping keep our students safe so they can continue to have opportunities to compete and perform throughout this fall.
We have a different kicker coming into this ball game for the Vikings. It is, I hope I'm pronouncing this correctly, Nick Guivas, number 56. Kick is away, and it will be returned at the 15-yard line. Bobbled, but he got it back. He's looking to rush on the left side. Cuts upfield, trying to go down the left sideline, and is finally wrapped up from behind at around the 33-yard line. The ball carrier was Ja'Cory Holt, and he's down and hurt. Holt getting help, getting off the field. It is that right leg that is hurting him right now. He cannot put any pressure on it. Hopefully he's okay. Hopefully it's nothing serious. 2:46 to go in the ball game. The Vikings lead 59-14 against the Chargers.
First and 10 Chargers at their own 34-yard line.
Malachi Berg still in at quarterback. 2.5 minutes to go. In the backfield is Xavier Alexander. He gets the handoff. Trying to reverse field, is wrapped up. Oh, he gets out of it and is brought down about to the line of scrimmage. But hey, he turned nothing into something. We reached 2 minutes to go in the ball game, and what it will be a huge win for the Vikings. That puts them at 3-1 as we reach the halfway point of the season. On second down, Berg will look to throw. He stops and fires, and it is caught at around the 37. They'll mark forward progress at the 38, and it was Travion Alexander with the reception. It is now third down.
Number 42, Zach Jowers. Third down at 7.
Third down and 6. 6.5 for the Chargers. Berg, of course, will look to throw here on third down. He's going to air it out down the field, has a man open, but it is just dropped out of the outstretched arms of Javion Lee, and fourth down. Because we're at a running clock, the clock is running. We're now under a minute. On fourth down, it looks like the Chargers will go for it. Could possibly be one last play in the ball game. If they turn it over, then the Vikings will just take a knee. That is if the clock stops. If it doesn't stop, then the Vikings will just run the clock out. Berg is looking to throw. He's going to air it out deep again. He falls down. It is incomplete. It looked like it was just incidental contact and nothing severe, so it is a turnover on downs, and they do stop the clock with 28 seconds. Well, it's fourth down. It's a turnover on downs. For a second, I thought the offense was staying on the field, but it looks like they're also the first-string defense for the Chargers, and the Vikings can just take a knee and end the ball game.
Turnover on down, maybe first and 10 Vikings at the Charger 38-yard line.
First down and 10 at the Charger 38, even though they will just take a knee and end the game. The clock is running, and they'll just let it go. That will do it. The Vikings take a huge win here at Seaman High School, and that will do it. The Vikings win 59-14. That will do it for us. For Ethan Guzman upstairs, I'm Len Gillespie. Thank you all so much for tuning in here to SBTV Live. We will be back next Friday for the Vikings home game against Manhattan. But until then, have a great rest of your night.